With states and even nations implementing stay-at-home orders, people are finding creative ways to abide while following social distancing guidelines. But with all that time spent at home, it also brings to light on how to keep our mental health in check. Here to discuss this further is Sophie Sabbage, the author of 2 Sunday Times bestsellers, whose online masterclass on overcoming fear, loneliness, and grief goes live starting today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
You are a lung cancer thriver and a high-profile patient activist who, as a psychologist, has supported thousands of patients to overcome their fear of disease while gathering evidence of the impact fear has on wellness and medical outcomes. How do you relate this to the coronavirus pandemic?
Well, what I've discovered, I was diagnosed with terminal lung cancer 5.5 years ago. I was given a few months to live at that time. And what I've discovered over these years is that fear significantly impacts medical outcomes and it impacts our wellness. The scientific term is called the nocebo effect, whereby people literally die of shock when they get a very serious diagnosis. So if we don't take hold of our fear in the face of an illness like this, then our fear takes hold of us and it runs the show and it makes decisions and it adds disease to disease and it creates problems we don't need, like panic buying. So fear becomes a problem on top of a problem. It also lowers your immune system. And not many people are really taught how to get through their fear. I mean, I've been teaching people to do that a long time. So fear is one of the things we can control in the midst of a lot that we can't control right now. And I wanted to do something. I've been doing that with cancer patients, thousands of them for the past 5 years. And it just was clear to me I wanted to bring that to whoever needed it at this really unprecedented time.
Your masterclass, which is called The Transformation in the Time of Coronavirus, goes live beginning today. Who is this class designed for?
It's really for anyone who's struggling with fear, loneliness, grief, and anyone who is seeing this as an opportunity as well as a challenge and a tragedy. So we have choices in the face of this. We can shut down in lockdown, or we can grow in the face of adversity. We can wait till this is over and hang in there, or we can go inside and we can look at what really matters to us and what we really long for. So it's really, especially, it's for anyone who's seeing this as an opportunity to grow, but it's especially for people who are scared and lonely and facing very significant loss, not just of loved ones. And I mean, the thing that really I find hard to listen to is how many people are dying alone. But alongside of that, we're losing our normalities and our incomes, and there's so much loss as well as the deaths. So we're offering it. It's free for anyone on the front line. It's pay what you can if there's any financial difficulties. We hope people who can afford it will pay to help those who can't afford it participate, because we don't want anyone who's struggling financially to have to not get this. We want it to be as available as we can make it.
Absolutely. You have 2 books, The Cancer Whisperer and your second book, Life Shocks, the latter of which relates to all of life's challenges and the work you do with the More to Life Foundation. What are life shocks and why is it important to know this at this unprecedented time?
Sure. I think life shocks is a term that people even though it might be in their terminology, they go, I've had some of those. I've had some life shocks, I'm sure of that. And very simply, a life shock is an unexpected, often unwanted moment in time. It can be anything from you're heading down the freeway and you hit a traffic jam when you're late to work, to hearing the words, "You have terminal cancer, Mrs. Sabbage." So some are small and some are big and some are traumatic, but they challenge our conditioning and they challenge our expectations.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.